What is the most dangerous thing in the world? A loaded gun? A deadly poison? For centuries, the answer was your doctor. You've been lied to. History isn't just dates and kings. It's a museum of horrors, and its darkest exhibit is the one labeled medicine. A place where the healers were the executioners, and the cures were designed to make you pray for a quick death. Forget what you think you know about healing. You are about to enter a world where doctors prescribe cannibalism, where the ultimate cure was to drain you your very lifeblood, and where the solution to a headache was a drill. These are the three most barbaric medical treatments that were once called science. 1. Corpse medicine, the cannibal's cure. Let's begin with a disturbing question. Would you eat a dead person to cure a headache? In the 16th and 17th centuries, the wealthiest people in Europe answered yes. They called it Mumia, a miracle drug believed to cure everything from bruises to plague. But this wasn't some rare herb or exotic spice. It was a ground-up, powdered dust of stolen ancient Egyptian mummies. The rich and powerful were literally consuming the dead to stay alive. But the menu of horrors didn't stop there. Human fat was rubbed on aching joints. The blood of recently executed gladiators was drunk as a cure for epilepsy. And for a simple headache, doctors recommended taking a human skull, grinding it into a fine powder, and mixing it with chocolate to drink. Here's the truly twisted part. These were the same societies that considered cannibalism the most evil sin imaginable. Yet, they saw no problem with it as long as it was called medicine. It was a ghoulish hypocrisy where the bones and flesh of the dead were a luxury item for the living. This wasn't healing. It was ritual cannibalism disguised as a prescription. 2. Bloodletting, the universal disaster. Imagine a cure so popular, so universally trusted, that for 2,000 years, it was the answer to almost every illness known to man. Now imagine that cure was the single biggest medical mistake in human history. This was bloodletting. The theory was simple and catastrophic. Sickness was caused by an excess of bad blood, and to heal someone, you had to drain it out. Got a fever? Let's bleed you. Got the plague? Let's bleed you. From a common cold to deep depression. The solution was always the same. Doctors would use knives, sharp tools, or a horde of leeches to open a patient's veins, draining pint after pint of their life force. The result was predictable. The patient wasn't cured. They were weakened, sent into shock, and often died from the treatment itself. You don't learn this in most history classes, but the first president of the United States, George Washington, was likely killed by this very cure. When he got a throat infection, his doctors drained almost 40% of his blood in less than 12 hours. This wasn't a fringe practice. This was the peak of medical science, performed by the best doctors in the world, and it was a medically approved death sentence. 3. Trepanning, the hole in the head cure. We saved the most shocking for last. Imagine the worst headache of your life, a skull-splitting migraine. You go to a doctor desperate for relief. He doesn't give you a pill. He picks up a sharp piece of rock and starts drilling a hole directly into your skull while you are wide awake. This wasn't a horror movie. This was trepanning. For thousands of years, this was a mainstream medical procedure to cure everything from seizures to demonic possession. The belief was that evil spirits were trapped inside your head, and the only way to let them out was by carving a permanent escape hatch in your own bone. But here's the part that will truly haunt you. Archaeologists have found numerous trepan skulls that show clear signs of healing around the hole. This means people actually survived this. They lived for years with a gaping hole in their head, a constant, terrifying reminder of their cure. The enigma isn't just that doctors did this. It's that anyone could have possibly lived to tell the tale. It was a procedure that could, and often did, introduce infection and death directly into the human brain. A cannibal's prescription, a body drained of blood, a hole drilled into the skull. This wasn't madness. This was medicine. It shows us a terrifying truth. The path to knowledge is littered with the bodies of those who trusted the science of their time. So the next time you take a simple pill for a headache, remember how lucky you are. You weren't born in an age where the doctor's cure was the most horrifying thing of all. If these dark truths from history made you question everything, make sure you subscribe to Chrono Enigma Official, because the real stories are always more shocking than the fiction.